Alright, I'm recording, sweetie. I'm going to record here. Alright guys, I am going to try to work a few of the problems from this worksheet that the physics class made for you. If I'm being honest, the ones that I would focus on if I were you would be 1, 2, 5. Let's focus on those 3. 7 is a good one too if you want to do that one. So 1, 2, 5, and 7 are some good examples. The others are good examples as well, but these ones are the ones that are most helpful for your test or quiz tomorrow. So remember that this isn't actually complicated. It is actually quite easy as long as you remember that you take the unit that you want to get rid of and put it on bottom each time. And just take it one step at a time. So we're going to start with 36 weeks, and I'm just going to abbreviate a W for weeks. And we're going to convert from weeks to seconds. I just like to write it out so I remember where I'm going. So what you're going to think about is, what direction am I going, weeks to seconds? I'm basically breaking it down into a much, much smaller increment, so I'm just going to start working down smaller. So by that meaning, I know I want weeks on bottom, because again, I started with it on top, so I want to put 1 week on bottom. Ask yourself, what do you know about a week that you could break it down smaller? I know that there are 7 days in 1 week. So I'm going to cross weeks off. Now I'm in days. Alright, now I know I want to get down to days being on bottom, so it crosses off. But I know in 1 day there are 24 hours. Now I know in 1 hour there is 60 minutes. Hours cross off, 1 on top, 1 on bottom. And I know in 1 minute there is 60 seconds. So minutes cross off and I'm at seconds. Now you're just going to simply type this into your calculator. I know some of you are panicking, saying I'm not good at math, but remember, the only math truly involved here you're going to do in your calculator. You're just going to take 6 times anything on bottom, or sorry, multiply by anything on top and divide by anything on bottom. So times 7. Okay, and then take that times 24. Number 1 is not going to change your answers. If you really want to do it, you can, but it's not going to change anything. So this is the number that I get, but remember, I only have 2 sig figs. So I'm going to write this number out so you can see what it is. It's better. 3628800. 3628800. Put a random gap in there because I wasn't looking, but now we're going to go 1, 2 over, and then I'm going to look to the right, and I am going to round by staying where I'm at. So what that means is it's going to be 3, 6, and then I need to put zeros as placeholders in all these spots. So I have this number, which is 3,600,000. My unit is seconds. Remember, I also expect you to be able to use scientific notation. What that means is I'm going to write this number in a way that just looks more friendly by going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places over. Okay, so I get 3.6 times 10 to the 6th power, and seconds is my final answer. Some common mistakes are kids sometimes want to put the units somewhere funny. Remember, this is all the number. So this goes on the outside of it. Alright, so that was number 1. I'm going to do number 2 next. So number 2 is saying, if you travel 55 miles per hour, how many hours would it take you to travel 300 miles home? This is one of those funny ones where they actually give you the conversion factor. So this would actually be my given quantity is 300 miles. And my conversion factor, remember, anytime you hear miles per hour, meters per second, whatever it may be, 55 miles per 1 hour is what I want you to remember that means. It could also mean in 1 hour you can make it 55 miles. Both are true. The one you're going to pull is the one that gets the units where you want to go. I want miles on bottom, so I'm going to also pull the number that comes with it, which is 55 miles. So there are 55 miles to 1 hour. miles cross off, and I'm in hours, which is what I wanted. So on my calculator, I'm going to take 300 divided by 55. And I get this number. I only have 3 sig figs this time because they're trailing zeros with the decimal. So 1, 2, 3. Look to the right. I'm staying where I'm at. So 5.45 hours. Alright, next I'm going to jump down to 5. The other ones are kind of a bit extra for you today. So let's do number 5. It says he's running at, I'm going to write my givens out over here. He's running at 8.0 miles per hour. How many meters per second? Okay, so that's what I'm trying to do. So this time my given is actually going to be a factor because I want to convert this entire thing to meters per second. So remember, this is just like that problem that you did at the end of the day today, where we're going to focus first on the miles and then we will focus on hours. So let's convert miles. I know in 1 mile there's 5,280 feet. Remember, I know I have to get to inches because it's the only one that can get me to centimeters. 1 foot, 12 inches, 1 inch, 2.54 centimeters, 100 centimeters, 1 meter. Oh, okay, I'm gonna, I wish I wouldn't have done that. I can just keep going, so I'm gonna write it up here. But don't be confused. I'm in meters. I'm just still working straight. I just ran out of room, so I'm kind of angling up. But now I'm going to focus on my hours to seconds. So hours actually started in the bottom, so I'm going to put 1 hour on top here. And that's equal to 60 minutes. So hours crossed off, and I'm in minutes. And I know in 1 minute, I have 60 seconds. Minutes crossed off, and I'm in meters per second. Meters is on top, seconds is on bottom. Now I'm just going to type it into my calculator. 8 times 5280 times 12 times 2.54 divided by 100 divided by 60 divided by 60. I get 3 point, how many sig figs? 2. So 3.6, I round that 5 to a 6. 3.6 meters per second is my final answer. Can't really see it there. Got a little bridge set up here. Alright. So that was number 5. Now let's do number 7. Number 7 says Juan is 113 years and 253 days old. How many seconds is that? So I kind of recommend doing this one in 2 parts, or if you want to convert years to days and then add the days and then go, but this is probably the way I'm gonna go about it here. So years, in 1 year there's 365 days. You know what, I fibbed. I'm gonna do this. I'm going to figure out how many days and then add it to that. So it's 113 times 365. And I'm not going to round yet because I'm not done. So that's the downside to doing this method. When you guys like to stop and write equals, that you can't round yet. So you have to keep that number going on your calculator. So there's no point in really stopping there. Except this problem. I'm going to take that and add this together. So I'm going to take what's already on my calculator and add the 253. And so now I get 41,498 days old is how old this person is. And I want to go from days to seconds. Okay, because that's what they asked for. So again, I just took that 113 and converted that to days and then added the 253 days. So now I'm in days and I want to get to seconds. So I know in 1 day I have 24 hours. Days cross off. Smaller yet, I know in 1 hour there's 60 minutes. Hours cross off. I know in 1 minute there is 60 seconds. Minutes cross off. I'm in seconds, so I still have that number in my calculator, so I'm just going to take that times 24 times 60 times 60. I get this massive number here. But I was only given 3 sig figs in my given. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I have to round up, so it's 3.59 Sky times 10. And then I move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sky. 9 places, and my unit is seconds. Alright. Let me know if you guys want any more videos. Hope this helped.